A blockade against Qatar is hurting the United States military's fight against the Islamic State. That was the word from our Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, just a short time ago. A Pentagon spokesperson also said the situation is making it more difficult for the U.S. military to plan longer-term operations in that area. Several Arab nations cut ties with the United States ally earlier this week. Leaders said they did it because the country supports terrorism. Officials in Qatar deny that accusation. The United States has a major military base there. Central Command once used it as its headquarters in the region for the fight against the Islamic State, and about 10,000 U.S. troops are stationed there pretty much permanently. Tillerson called on the countries to sit down and discuss their differences.
We call on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Egypt to ease the blockade against Qatar. The blockade is hindering U.S. military actions in the region and the campaign against ISIS.
Secretary Tillerson later said the situation is not impacting current air operations there. Rich Edson's live at the State Department. Rich, President Trump said Qatar needs to stop financing terror.
Right, just a short while after the Secretary of State said that both sides need to prevent an escalation of the situation, that the United States stands ready to work with the Kuwaitis to try to figure out a way that both sides can make concessions and move past this. President Donald Trump at the White House singled out one side of this argument, calling on Qatar to address its terrorist financing.
I decided, along with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, our great generals and military people, the time had come to call on Qatar to end its funding. They have to end that funding and its extremist ideology in terms of funding.
Now, shortly before that, the Secretary of State here at the Department of State said that Qatar has made progress in halting financial support and expelling terrorist elements from their country, but they must do more and must do more quickly. We spoke to the Qatari ambassador to the United States shortly after Secretary Tillerson spoke. He says he appreciates the Secretary's remarks. He wants to work with other parties, the Qataris do, but he also says that they have done a lot of work in their country to fight terrorist financing, Shep.
What other effects does the administration say this blockade is having?
Right, the other side of this, the administration calling on the Saudis to ease the blockade, says it's hindering military planning for the United States, longer-term military planning, and that it's creating international business disruptions for the United States and hardships within Qatar. The Qataris say that that should be a necessary first step to ease off on that blockade, Shep.
Rich Edson reporting from the State Department. Rich, thanks.